problems with cognitive function because of the destruction in the brain. But when you're in ketosis, these ketones feed the brain cells directly, they bypass this damage, and finally your brain cells get fuel and your cognitive function increases. Like when I am fasting in the morning, I'm really into hardcore ketosis, and I do these videos. I have much less editing. They just like I can just go right through it very fast. Versus if I eat and try to do a video, it takes a lot more editing. All right, number 6, ketones will help with inflammation and pain. Why? Because ketones are anti-inflammatory molecules. If you have any type of inflammatory condition, whether it's an autoimmune problem or arthritis, and you go on the ketogenic diet, you're going to feel a lot less inflammation. And that's a really good clue to tell if you're in ketosis or not. All right, number 7, when you eat food, you are going to feel more satisfied. Okay, and this relates to another thing I talked about. When you have insulin resistance, you can't absorb as much nutrition because insulin is not working to help transport those nutrients into the cell. So when the cell becomes more sensitive to insulin, you are now going to absorb more nutrients and you're going to feel more satisfied when you eat. Whereas before you're eating, and everything is just not filling you up or satisfying you. Now it could be the type of food that you're eating is not nutrient dense, but there's also the factor of your body absorbing the nutrients. All right, number 8, better mood. If you were depressed before, if you had anxiety, you're going to find that you're just happier. You're just going to feel better. It's going to uplift your mood. Why? Because there's this thing called brain insulin resistance. Okay? And you're fixing insulin resistance in the brain, and the brain, the neuron, and your cognitive function increases. Like when I am fasting in the morning, I'm really into hardcore ketosis, and I do these videos. I have much less editing. They just like I can just go right through it very fast. Versus if I eat and try to do a video, it takes a lot more editing. All right, number 6, ketones help with inflammation and pain. Why? Because ketones are anti-inflammatory molecules. If you have any type of inflammatory condition, whether it's an autoimmune problem or arthritis, and you go on the ketogenic diet, you're going to feel a lot less inflammation. And that's a really good clue to tell if you're in ketosis or not. All right, number 7, when you eat food, you are going to feel more satisfied. And this relates to another thing I talked about. When you have insulin resistance, you can't absorb as much nutrition because insulin is not working to help transport those nutrients into the cell. So when the cell becomes more sensitive to insulin, you are now going to absorb more nutrients and you're going to feel more satisfied when you eat. Whereas before you're eating, and everything is just not filling you up or satisfying you. Now it could be the type of food that you're eating is not nutrient dense, but there's also the factor of your body absorbing the nutrients. All right, number 8, better mood. If you were depressed before, if you had anxiety, you're going to find that you're just happier. You're just going to feel better. It's going to uplift your mood. Why? Because there's this thing called brain insulin resistance. Okay. And you're fixing insulin resistance in the brain, and the brain, the neurons are getting more fuel, and that greatly helps the neurotransmitters. It helps your hormones, it helps your mood. I mean, there are 15 studies, okay, that I looked at that all associate your mood changing when you're on the ketogenic diet. But the results are kind of mixed. Um, but I'll tell you why they're mixed, okay? Because some of the studies are on mice, and how do you really know if that mice had a shift in mood? I mean, it's kind of difficult. You can't really compare a mouse that's in depression with a human that's in depression. I think that's a real difficult one. So just because something is high fat doesn't mean it's ketogenic diet. And in some of these studies, they're using just a high fat diet, but the carbs are really high. Like 30% of the calories are carbs when it should be like 5% of the calories. Other studies, they just use ketones. They don't actually put the person on the ketogenic diet. And then they say, oh, yeah, see, ketogenic diet doesn't work for uplifting your mood because we use ketones. Well, taking ketones is different than doing the ketogenic diet. All right, number 9, and this is the best indicator to know that you're in ketosis out of all of these, and that is no appetite. You lose your appetite. Okay, you can go for a longer period of time without being hungry. Why? Because your body is finally eating fat when you're not eating. Because when you're going between meals, you no longer are dependent on the carbs. Your body can actually eat the fat on your actual body, which is a new concept for a lot of people that are dieting. And not having an appetite makes it really easy to stick to long term. All right, so now that you have that information, the next best thing to know is what is the best version of a ketogenic diet to start and how do you do it? And for that, I put up this video right here.
Hello, health champions. How is it possible that even though food is the thing that keeps us alive, millions of people get healthier when they don't eat for a few days? What are the mechanisms for that? How does the body change and cope and adapt when we don't eat? A lot of people have heard that fasting is good for weight loss, but they're still concerned because there's so much conflicting information out there. So today I wanted to explore these mechanisms of fasting in a little bit more detail to really help you understand what happens when you miss a few meals and how it can have such a profound impact on health. In the first 12 hours, not a lot of changes take place. You're going to be using up some of the stored carbohydrates in your body called glycogen. Your blood glucose will probably drop a little bit unless the 12 hours is at the end of sleep and you're slightly insulin resistant. Then, because of something called dawn phenomenon, you might actually see the opposite. Your body temporarily makes some hormones in the early morning to get you ready for the day, and you might see a little bit of an increase instead. As you're using up some of the stored glycogen, your body will gradually start shifting its energy metabolism into using more fat. And a byproduct of that fat is called ketones. Now, this is barely detectable at this point, but it's a process that's starting. And what we want to understand about ketones is that this is completely normal. Everyone is going to gradually shift into this. The problem is that oftentimes this is confused with ketoacidosis, which is a very dangerous condition that's completely different. That's if you have type 1 diabetes and absolutely no insulin in your body, your blood sugar shoots up, your ketones shoot up, and that's not going to happen unless you have no insulin. Instead, what this indicates is actually metabolic flexibility, that as one fuel starts to run lower, your body starts looking for another one. When you're metabolically flexible, your body makes use of whatever fuel there is the most of. Most of the changes that take place during fasting have to do with energy because we're not eating anything that can turn into energy, so energy becomes super important. The only form of energy your body can use is something called ATP. Everything that you eat, all the food, whether it's carbohydrate or fat or protein, it eventually turns into ATP, which is a very specific molecule. And here's how you can think about this. There's an adenosine group, and we hook on 3 phosphates. And these are high energy bonds. So think of these as springs, that you take a little package and you push it onto a spring and it snaps in place. And now we have energy stored in that spring. And then later, if we undo the snap, then it shoots off and the spring releases its energy. And that's exactly how this works. So when the body needs more energy for anything or every process that requires energy, this is what happens. It pops off one of these phosphates, the spring releases that energy, and we're left with ADP, adenosine diphosphate. So how does that relate to the stuff we eat? Well, if you eat a calorie, we call it a calorie, which is often written as a kilocalorie. I'm just mentioning that. If you see it written, don't get confused. It's basically the same thing. So in 1 mole, which is a huge number of these ATP molecules, we have 7 calories. So that means that 1 calorie you eat basically has 10 to the 23rd of these molecules. It's like a 1 with 23 zeros. It's 100 million trillion molecules in 1 calorie. And if we break that down to how much you need per second, then you need about 2,300 trillion of these molecules per second. So these are such astronomical numbers, but if you think about the fact that you have somewhere on the order of 40 trillion cells, that means that every cell makes trillions of these molecules per second to keep you alive. So that means we have a lot of these molecules, but it also means that we have to recycle it in a hurry. So as soon as we pop one of these off, the body is busy putting it back on. So the body uses energy from food to create a type of energy that you can put one of these back on. And that process is called oxidative phosphorylation. That's why we breathe oxygen, and that oxygen goes to the mitochondria so that we can keep this process going. So the goal of the body is to keep almost all of these loaded all the time. But when energy starts running really, really low, now we can even have a few of these become AMP, adenosine monophosphate. So this is a high energy state. This is like a resting in between, but this is a really low energy state. This really signals that we have a lack of energy. We're really running out at this point. And then there's an enzyme. So when this starts building up, then it strongly signals to something called AMPK, which is basically AMP kinase. It's an enzyme that tells the body, hey, we got to get busy finding other energy. We got to upregulate something. And the first thing that they upregulate is fat burning, because when you're not eating, basically all your energy, or the vast majority of your energy, is stored as fat. Do you recognize this guy? His name is Usain Bolt, and he has a bunch of world records in sprint. And I was never as fast as this guy, but I did make it to the top 10 in the world in decathlon, which is another track event. And because of that, I had a very inquisitive mind when I went through school. I would constantly just ask questions to try to understand my body and what was happening. So here are some of the questions that I would ask. I would ask, how many times in a day does this ATP discharge and get recharged by ADP? So that turns out to be about 1,000 to 1,500 times per day. Your entire stock load of ATP, of adenosine, gets reloaded 1,000 to 1,500 times per day. And if we just take the number of seconds per day and we divide that out, we find that if you completely stopped reloading the ATP, if you stopped that process, then you would have somewhere between 60 to 90 seconds to live before you completely ran out of ATP. So we picked the mid-range of that and we call it 75 seconds. So the next question I asked was, well, what about athletes? What about sprinters? Because the 100-meter sprint is the highest intensity that a human can come up with. You're moving basically all of your muscles at the same time at the maximum intensity. And a baseline energy output for a person is about 90 watts. That's your basal metabolic rate. But it turns out someone did a full study on this phenomenon called Usain Bolt, and they found that he puts out a maximum power output of 2,619.5 watts. Don't ask me how they came up with that, but it was a huge project apparently. But what this means is he uses up 29.1 times more ATP than the base rate. So what that means, the gun goes off and he starts sprinting and he makes no more ATP than what he had at the beginning. He has 2.5 seconds left to live. So that should give you some appreciation for how incredibly flexible and adaptable the body is. That you think he is busy sprinting, but every one of his cells just upregulated their ATP production by many, many, many times. Basically what this means is if he didn't make any more ATP after the gun goes off, he wouldn't even make it to the 20-yard line. And by that time, he'd be dead. When you've gone 18 hours without food, something we also often call skip breakfast, now you're much more into the fat burning mode. Your body is starting to make ketones at a measurable level. And we want to understand that ketones are not just fuel, but they're also signaling molecules. And we'll talk more about some other signaling molecules here. But these signal reduced inflammation and improved DNA repair, especially in brain and nervous tissue. What we're also seeing in the brain is human growth hormone increases. It's starting to go up significantly, along with something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And these two together is basically what you want to think of as miracle grow for the brain. They are responsible for your body repairing and also making more elaborate neural networks. Every time you learn something, you're making new connections, new synapses, a process called neurogenesis, and this is only possible if you have enough human growth hormone and BDNF. Another thing to keep in mind is that exercise will accelerate this process. Basically, everything that we're talking about happening with fasting will happen more if you exercise as well. Also, at 18 hours, we start seeing just the beginnings of something called autophagy, which is a very interesting rejuvenation process in the body. We'll come back to in a minute. Does it still sound like breakfast is the most important meal of the day? I certainly hope that you'll start to rethink that idea. What's sort of sad is that breakfast in bed in many cultures, we think of it as the ultimate in caring, the ultimate in pampering. And what are we getting? We're getting sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar. There's basically not a single item here that is not going to drive your blood sugar and your insulin crazy. 24 hours without eating. Now let's talk a little bit more about this autophagy thing. So it barely started probably around 18 hours and now it's picking up speed. Autophagy means self-eating. That's literally what the word means. It does not mean that you have to do like this guy and start chewing on your arm. This is happening at the cellular level. Because you're not eating, because you're not putting any resources into the body, all the existing resources become more precious. And the body has to learn to become less wasteful. So think of autophagy as recycling, that you always have a certain amount of cleanup going on in the body. You have a cleanup crew. But the longer you go without food, the more the body upregulates. It starts recruiting resources into this cleanup crew. So after a while, you have much, much, much more resources going.
Mic check. Sorry, the last time I checked, Mike left the building. So sorry, I was talking and you were not. Sorry, Jack. Oh my God! No, I know I had a discussion with the wife quickly on some things, and I muted and I never reactivated. No, thank you, dude. I feel a lot better. Like I say, I slept. I got up this morning and I was still no. Uh, can you guys not hear me? Are you maybe? I got full mic. I do feel better. I feel like a champion again, man. Um, and so cool. As long as we are there to have fun, right? Even if it's at the expense of the awesome grandpa, it's okay. It's okay. I can live with that. No, anyway, I got up this morning and I did a session. I think Mark was also in the session, and I said no. I'm still not out of the woods, so I went back to bed and I slept till 2 o'clock. Um, this I think is a B class. Let me just see. I can tell you quickly. I think this is a B class race. It's a B class. It's a B class race. Yes. But this is absolutely one of the races to do this week. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And oh man, we are so happy with the FPS and all the things that is. Let me just close that. I do not need that now. And oh, are you in the GTE? Oh, Mark, you should do the Ferrari, man. I bought the Porsche. I decided not to do the Ferrari. What, Canada, the 40-minute race? There's no chance. There's rain. I don't do rain races. Not yet. Maybe in a year. Maybe in a year. Let me get to grips with what the cars can do in the dry first. The 911 RSR. The yes, it's the 911 RSR. It's the Le Mans version of the Porsche. It's an absolute fantastic car. It looks a little bit the fat one. That's right, the wide one. You know, like the wife. She did not hear. I would hope that the GT3 endurance is dry. Let me just quickly see. Where am I starting? 18th. Guys, I need to quickly. Even if I start from the pits, it's still fine. Oh, the gespanstly. So we are ready to go. We are ready to go. Let me just see that you guys can hear me. Can you hear me now? There we go. We are ready. Okay, so let's go. Oh man, that engine is so screaming, I tell you. Whoa! I'm telling you, it's a lot better, man. At all three screens, with all the cameras, all the mirrors and everything, all the jingle bells, man. And I've got OBS running. I'm happy, man. 60 FPS minimum is a good, is 60 is good for me. For me, 60 is fantastic. I have to put on my...
All right, gang. Long race, and I'll try to win it in turn one.
I thought that's the only place to win it. T1 is the only place to win it.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, the chicane right before the start is the best place to take up to get rid of everybody else.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
and the screens, you know, the resolution is it's crystal clear. What the hell is that for a car? There's another Porsche. Here's a, I think it's a Cadillac in front of me. Or is this the Ferrari? Let me see. I haven't got lap times yet.
Catch up, 13, car.
Oh, that's a Chevy, man. I'm just looking, I'm just giving some more brake.
Catch up, 13, car.
Maybe single file at the chicane there, guys.
No, we can fit 3 or 4 side by side through there, man.
About to go green, stay focused.
Have a good race, guys. And remember, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and on Kick.
Postcar is
True
not
story.
enough to do your job. Green, green, green.
So let's go.
Car right. Keep to the left. Still there.
Thanks for being patient, whoever that was. First turn in the backstairs.
Clear. Car right. Keep to the left. Still there. Clear on the right. There's an incident ahead.
Jesus, dude. Sorry, James.
Car right.
This guy in front of me was driving very erratic.
Still there.
I'll let these guys fight it out.
Right side. Clear.
Hey, that's not an official parking spot.
Car right. Clear.
Then I'm with him again. Look at that, man. Look at that. Well, we passed that
Oh,
guy.
man, come on!
Car stop on the left. Car stop on the left. Go right. Car stop on the right. Go right. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Sorry, dude, sorry.
An incident behind.
My ass is clear.
You're in fifth.
Oh, fuck me!
I was just turning into a fucking...
Three wide. Clear.
That was so stupid of me, man.
Left side. Clear.
Man, that was now stupid of me, man. That was now really, really stupid of me. I had all the... Shit, man. My ass is clear and there I go and I fuck it up.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel.
There we go, man. There we go. Yeah, I thought that guy's gonna...
Left side. Clear.
That was really, really stupid of me, man. Really stupid. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Got a penalty for cutting the course. You got a straight
Shit.
on the left.
Nico, go inside. Go inside, dude.
Right side. Clear.
So what is here the most important is not to be in front. It is to get the car to the end and to learn the physics. Of the car. I don't like the gloves. I have to put my other gloves back on. So we're in P8. I'm okay with P8. Whew. That was a good corner. That was a good corner. That was a good corner, man. See these guys in the back are struggling to keep up. Another good corner. Man, oh man, oh man. We are going, we are going, we are going.
There's an infinite ahead.
Giovanni Medina. We are pulling away from the guy behind us, which is exactly what we wanted to do. How do you lose it in that corner?
The car in P3. Just set the fastest lap.
Why did I have an invalid lap?
5.
I do not know why I have an invalid lap. Wat is huis? Patrick, you've got a lot of damage in the back, dude.
Yeah, 10-4, someone crashed me.
Shit, man.
Car on your left.
It's gonna eat your speed.
Keep to the right. Clear.
Come, I'll give you a tow, dude. Can you believe it? And the guys do not know about this.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Yes! Let's go! Let's
What
go!
is that for setup there, James?
Exactly. I just can't understand.
You're so much faster in the straightaway.
He's cheating like McLaren.
I can't hear the word you're saying.
There you go, Jack. Do it.
The car in P3 just set the fastest lap. 50.014. That was your fastest lap of the session. You're in fourth position.
Hey, I did a 351. Hey, look at that.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 7.1 seconds.
Oh, that was close. That was close. That was close. That was close. Oh man. This is such a cool track to drive, and this car is absolutely magnificent. Absolutely magnificent, man. P3 is Nico. Let's see if we can catch him. If we can take a second out of him per lap, we might catch him on the The refuel. This is a magnificent machine.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Oh well, P4 is also not too bad. P4 is not too bad.
The lead is spinning now.
I'm happy with my lap time, man. 3:51.3. But P3 is better.
Car 6 has taken the lead. The car in front is pitting.
Podium is in sight. No, 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 don't do that, don't do that.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course.
Shit, man. Sorry, Lars, I lost it there. Sorry, Lars, I lost it there behind me.
Yeah, no worries. No problem.
Just didn't want to impede your race.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 1.3 seconds.
Fuel. I have to go in now. Head back in the game, man. Head back in the game. Yes, let's zone. I'm zoning. I'm zoning. We have to go and pit. We need to see where's the other guys. Shit, Nico is now 16 seconds ahead, man. Where's number 2? Where's P2? Put that rubber on the tarmac, man.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Head back in the game, Mark. That's the only thing, man. Refocus, refocus. I don't need tires. My tires are still good.
The lead is spinning now. Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel. The car in front is pitting. The leader is running 0.098.
Oh man!
Pit boxing 10. You're now in third. 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. All the damage is repairable.
You don't need to repair anything. This car is perfect just the way it is, man. Fill him up, boy. Fill him up, boy. Gotta fill him up, boy. There we go. There we go. P3 looks like it's on the cards. Exactly. A racing Jedi. I like that. The racing Jedi. Shoop, shoop, every corner cut to perfection, man. I love that. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Relax. Not the end of the world. Not even an off track. Not? Where's number 2? What happened to P2? What happened to P2, dudes? But this thing handles absolutely tremendous, man. Because I'm the Jedi. Perfection. Shooped. I'm happy with my lap times, dude. I am so happy with my lap times. I was at the 356, 357s yesterday. And I did a 351.5. I am so happy, man. It is. Because I watched 2 online track guides, but it was not in the Porsche, it was in the Ferrari, I believe. And it was so
Car 7, just the front.
Man, Marcel, you're fast on the straightaway. It's amazing.
maybe he's running from the police. He's driving it like he stole it, man.
The car in front is pitting.
The thing is, he catches me on the straightaway and I catch him in the curve. I got more downforce, obviously.
I have no idea where these guys are. I love this car, man. "25 seconds to Nico." That might be a little bit far.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 7 seconds.
That was beautiful. That was just bloody beautiful. That was prettier than a pretty woman that sits ugly, man. That's prettier than a pretty woman that sits ugly. There I lost a little bit of momentum. Got something in my eye. Are we doing good now, man? So number 2 is, I have no idea how the relative now works, but it shows me sorry about the X. Am I in P4 only?
You got about 5 laps of fuel left. Car 1 is up the front.
He still needs to pit.
You cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
Let's see.
You're back in 4th position.
Oh, that would be cool. If one guy still has to pit. Yeah. I just need to get through the corners a little bit faster. Oh man. Do I see any pit stop? Wait. I think so. I think it was Nico. I'm just trying to figure out. Well, P4 is also, I think it's not too bad. P3 is better. We'll see who pits. I need to get that thing that shows me the pit times. Ah, cool. Was it Nico? Cool. Then at least we got a P3. And we're working on getting back to A license, man.
It's going well. Keep at it.
This car drives so nice, man. Once you get the braking sorted out. Exactly. Knowledge is power, my friend. I never drove them. This is the first time I've ever driven the GTEs. This is the first time I ever touched them yesterday, man. So the GTE stands for GT Endurance, right? Hey, Halsoy! How are you? That is so cool, man. I found another love of my life, man. This Porsche. I think it is the second best thing next to sliced bread.
The car behind. The gap is 10 seconds.
Then the gap behind is 11. I hear you. Daar vat hy, boys! Daar vat hy, manne! Hoe gaan die manne? Vat hom, boykies! We're up for a podium here if that guy pits, man. We're cutting his advantage. Daar sê, hoe gaan dit, maat? Lekker, man, lekker. I'm waiting for that off track there. Daar sê. Mark, what is the pit last time, loss in the pits by a pit stop? Nee, ons leef, man, ons leef. Ons leef, mater, ons leef. Ons eet brood, ons word groot. It is, isn't it? Can you read it? Also, can you read? Can you understand it? Ah, cool. So we can't talk about you behind your back. You'll understand. Oh, cool. Now that's not very far away from your language, dude. Yeah. That's the one. Well, one of them should now come to pit. In Norwegian. Cool. So lekker dat we kan praat Afrikaans. So. You say so. There you go. So. We also have in German the different like a O, and if there's a O with the umlaut, then it is not a O, then it's a Ö. And the U, we got a U and a Ö. And the E and the Ö. Exactly. Oh, so that's only also your O with the E. So you have the O and then you have OE. Hector! Yeah, it is funny how actually I also speak Swiss German. And you cannot believe how close Swiss German is to German and then to Afrikaans as well. I think, Mark, all these guys in front pitted. Yes. Yeah, we need. I need more information in the eye overlay. In the standings. We've got about an hour to the next race.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left. White flag this time.
Phew. Ah, kop. Cop was the one that did not pit.
You cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
No, I think the guys in front all pitted. Cop was in the pit now. Exactly. Yeah, it is just if you catch it at the wrong place, you're busted. But I think we did good. From P very, very low down. Really? Oh, that's a bastard, man. Oh God, guys, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I was feeling horrible the last few days, man. I'm not gonna risk anything now. These guys are way in front of me. And yeah, but if you wait too long, also, then it is exactly what happens. Thank you, Hector. You are a legend, my friend. Bring it on, Grandpa! Gramps is coming, man. Gramps is coming. I should now just get rid of the X's, that's all. I should now just get rid of the X's, that's all. The Jedi! The Grandpa with the katana, man. The Grandpa with the katana, man. I need another coffee. Very good, we did it, boys.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
The Jedi, man.
Good job. Very good job.
That was a good race. Even though I made some mistakes. Even though I made some mistakes. Not ideal. And let me just quickly see. Control F12. I just want to see something. I want to see something if my livery.
Hey, Igor, did you take tires?
You don't take tires on this race, dude. It's only 45 minutes. Your tires does not wear out enough to have a negative impact on your output.
Lead over you, and we were neck and neck.
Oh, you wanted just to know whether
I
he
guess
took
that's a
tires?
yes.
I love this car, man.
Gotta love it. You come in here on lap one, some guy fucking rear ends you, and then he just leaves. Thanks for the fucking X's.
We have them everywhere, my friend, and you know what is the sad part? This is an A and a B class race, so this is people that should at least have the decency to fucking apologize if they fuck up somebody else's race.
I know, you fucked up my whole race, then you just left.
Fucking assholes.
Position on turn one to leave.
How do you mean, Jack? What was my time? I was 45 seconds behind the leader, but my best lap time was 3:51.535, which I think is a fucking cool lap time, dude. I'm okay, 1.5 seconds behind the best lap time, but I can fucking live with that, man. My lap times was so this was amazing, man. This was amazing. This was absolutely amazing, man.
You don't take tires. He was like right on. He was like a second behind me, and then he took tires, and he was 20-some seconds behind.
Yeah, learning school, my friend. Learning school. He will learn next time you don't need to take tires.
Yeah, he'll learn. Yeah, for sure.
See you, nice gentlemen, in the next race.
Yes.
There we go. So practice event is the race event. Oh, we got 0.2. Wow, that was a good jump. And 88 in safety and eye rating. So we are getting back to something that is called a reasonable. So here we are. Man, I'm impressed with that lap time, man. Like you say, Mark, it is so much improvement from yesterday. Yeah, I do not know how to drive brake bias yet, Jack. My time was 3:51, man, 3:51.5. So I'm 3:51.353. So I'm quite impressed, and I don't run brake bias yet, so I don't set my brake bias per corner as you guys do. So I probably would lose about another second if the brake bias is set correctly, because I probably can go 134. What is it? You love or what? 143 I know is I love you, but I don't know, Jack. We're not going there. 134. Oh man, I love this race, man. I love this race. This is so cool. In an hour we can do the other one. How do you mean? I need to still do my the eye overlay because I've got the relative. Let me see here. Le Mans. We are driving Le Mans today with the Porsche GTE, the 911 SRS. RSR, sorry, RSR. Okay, what do I need? I need content, relative. No, I've got standings, man. I've got relative. Delta, relative time, lap time. But I should have class header, class name. Does iOverlay do not give you car number, team number, license? No, my lap time was 151. 1 minute 51 seconds. 0.353. Yes. I want to see time in pit lane, but by me it's active. It's active. Yes, 151. Yes. So that was a good lap time. I was at 157s yesterday. No, I do have a setup from Apex Racing. I've got a setup from Apex Racing. I haven't seen John yet to get the one from what is the other one that he uses? Position gained, everything should be there. Relative, car brand. Let me just see. Gap, fastest lap time, last lap time, pit stop status, time in pit lane. Let me see if it is this one. Time in pit box, current stint length. This is what I needed. There's a big difference between the setup from Apex and the standard setup. There's a few guys that was doing standard setups, and on the straights you leave them behind like nothing, man, like nothing. By the way, I sent you a friend request and you never accepted, but it now expired. So if you want to send me one, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. I think this is, we'll wait for the registration. Man, it was such a good race. It's 45 minutes Le Mans. That is a good race, man. Yeah. Oh, what? What? No, that was a good race, man. That was a good race. We came from totally the back to P4, which is something that I believe if you can fight, even if it is the lower. Okay, Mark, catch you later, dude. It was great to have you here, my friend. So we came from P18 and we finished in P4. So I think that is quite an amazing. I need something to drink, so my wife was kind enough to buy me another coffee. Was macht die Tröste?
Der kleine guckt Fernsehen und der große der Pflanze kaputt schneiden.
Met de zange.
Wir haben da ein paar Sachen zerlegt von dieser Lampe, das Kabel hat er durchgezwickt. Die habe ich aus
Gaan we das wieder vullen? Ja.
Ist schon fast dran vor. Das Dreirad haben wir auseinandergeschraubt.
So ein Naturkind.
Der kleine wird nicht raus. Oh, heute bin ich auch K.O. Man sieht es nicht, ich habe heute so viel geschafft, da kannst du sagen.
Ja, ich hatte gehört. Ja, ich hatte alles gehört. Das ist. Hey, Schlitzohr! Ja, was ist das? Oh, das Skateboard. Ich muss Winky sagen, hallo Papi.
Schaut euch diese seltsame Autowand an.
Hab dich lieb.
Und von da hinten kommt ein komisches Geräusch.
Hey, Schuhe. Did you only buy the 3?
Ich sagte, er hatte keine andere, das war alles, was er hatte von Starbucks.
Wo war das Penny?
Ja.
Ah.
Und die Penny-Kaffee trinkst du nicht, er hat diese solche Kiste voll gehabt.
Die was? Die Penny?
Die von Penny trinkst
Ah, trinke ich nicht.
Aber die vom Aldi hast du gern gehabt, im Ferien, gell? Da müssen wir mal gucken, ob sie die haben.
Nein, die vom Netto ist gut. Oh, das ist ein Caramelito. Ein Caramelito macchiato. Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy is the guy that is always here in the streams. The French guy that lives here in the north of Germany. You can accept. He's a great guy. I think he also follows you. Jeremy. Jeremy is a cool dude, man. Jeremy is a cool dude. He's a. No, I'm happy. The points are climbing. I think I should just stay away from this very short races. Because the other races, I tell you, it is absolutely crazy how they mess with your. There you go. So we'll see when the race becomes available. Uh, Sorry guys, just give me a second. Was ist da? Was ist da? Was ist da?
Bruder ärgert ihn.
Bruder ärgert ihn nicht. Hast du ihm abgeschoben?
Er will das mit hochnehmen jetzt. Nein,
Nein, das geht nicht hoch. Nein, komm, das da, komm.
Ja, parken. Du kannst hier
Gib mir nur die Schuhe, gib mir nur die Schuhe. Da, gib mir das Schuhe. Da, danke schön. Komm, der Papi nimmt das raus. Das nicht mit dem Stege, kannst du das nicht, gell?
Später darfst du wieder mitfahren.
Ja, genau. Yeah, so just had to go and restore the order in the house. So guys, if you're in the US, do not eat McDonald's quarter pounder burgers. There's a big breakout of E. coli. If you're in the wrong age group, it can kill you. Ja, ja. So at least it looks like the war in Ukraine is nearly over. Not that it interested anybody else than the moneymakers and the warmongers and the people that want war in any other way. I am at and this is what series is this? Oval sports cars. Let's see where we are in terms of the sports car standings. Oh, I'm only in 110,000. Let's go. Formula car. Oh, I can try that. Let me quickly see there. CMD. Run as administrator. Okay, let me just quickly see there. We just get rid of the gloves. I have to put on the old gloves in any case. Uh, uh, yeah, so we are in a state of relaxation between races, which I think is a good thing. We are planning to do some other work while we let me just see what is happening in the world of YouTube.
Welcome back. This is Dr. Jin, where clinical excellence meets excellent results. Today we're going to talk about the 3-day water fast. Clean the brain, reset your energy. Let's get into some of the benefits and what happens during the 3 days. Let's get right into it.
So let's see.
Benefits.
We are
Improves immune function, repairs damage to cells, removes dysfunctional cells and pathogens, reduces neural inflammation, or basically things like prime glial cells, increase autophagy, breaks down cells and other pathogens in our system, decreases autoimmune disease, benefits gut flora or resets the gut flora, and increases DNA repair. Okay, so there's a lot of benefits to a 3-day fast. Now, if you want to do the 3-day fast, I would suggest consulting a physician, especially if you have insulin-dependent diabetics, right? Because if you go on a fast and you continue to take your insulin, it's going to be problematic. People who are menstruating, I suggest not doing a 3-day fast during menstruation because it could really deplete you. Hypoglycemics, people who go without eating, get shaky, irritable, angry, right? Those are the people who do not want to do a 3-day fast immediately. They need to get into more of a keto adaptive state before going on a 3-day fast. People who are on a lot of different medications, because medications can change or dosages can change related to how much you're eating and depletion of energy. So just make sure if you have any of these conditions, please consult your physician before going ahead and doing a 3-day fast. So let's get into some of the things that happen during a 3-day fast. So 8 to 12 hours, what's going to happen is you're going to start to deplete your glucose or sugar in your glycogen stores, right? It'll decrease that. You're going to have a bump in hormones called glucagon, human growth hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline. These are the things that will start to bump up your glucose levels. So people don't realize that there are hormones that increase glucose in our system. Welcome back. This is Dr. Jin Sung, where clinical excellence meets excellent results. To more of a keto adaptive state. Hormones called glucagon to 1 in terms of regulating blood sugar. You will also increase ketones from fats. So as you deplete your glucose stores or glycogen stores, your body will start to use fat for fuel, and it will produce something called ketones to fuel your body. You also will start to experience hunger, all right? So in the next 18 to 24 hours there, you're gonna have a depletion of the glycogen stores even further, and you're gonna go through a process called gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is the process of producing sugar through the liver. It's basically amino acid, acetate, and glycols. So you can use that to fuel your body. Your body will have a natural mechanism to fuel itself. Further increase in autophagy. Autophagy is when you have cellular debris, things that are in your system that are kind of old and broken down. It'll start to kind of clean those things out of our system. It will also start to decrease autoimmunity because a lot of autoimmune conditions are related to food proteins. So if you have things that you're eating and it's causing inflammatory responses, the fact that you're on a fast will start to decrease that autoimmune process. It'll decrease neural inflammation. So when your body is used to using glucose, especially in the brain, it can cause some inflammatory processes. When you switch your fuel from glucose to ketones, your brain will start to become a hybrid. So it will start to use ketones for fuel rather than glucose, and it will start to decrease inflammation. I have a separate video on this, so I'll link that below. It will also increase hormones called brain-derived neurotrophic factors and human growth hormones. And you'll start to see ketones in your blood. So what you can do is you can buy a little ketone meter. It's like a glucose test. You just prick your finger and you can check your level of ketones. And in the first 18 to 24 hours, you're going to see 0.5 to maybe 1 in terms of the ketone levels. Now, everyone's different in terms of how fast they can go into ketosis. If you're someone who's very experienced and you do intermittent fasting and you're on a ketogenic diet, you're going to get into ketosis a little bit quicker. Day 2, you're going to continue to increase brain-derived neurotropic factors as well as growth hormones. You're going to increase autophagy, and this is where the real cleanup starts to occur in day 2. You'll start to break down tau proteins, amyloids, Lewy body, alpha-synucleins, and prime glial cells, all in the brain. These are all related to things like post-traumatic stress, concussions, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Lewy body dementia. So it starts to break down these aggregates in our brain, and it clears it out. There's a process called mitophagy. It'll start to get rid of inefficient mitochondria in our cells. So mitochondria produces energy, ATP, and you want mitochondria to be very efficient and produce the number of ATPs that it's supposed to, and it'll start to get rid of things that are damaged and get it out of our system, okay? Your insulin resistance starts to come down. So people who are pre-diabetic, diabetic, your insulin resistance or the problem of not enough glucose transport will start to break, right? So insulin resistance will start to improve. It'll decrease fatty liver. And the reason is because you're using fat for fuel, and part of that fat will come from the liver. So fatty liver will start to break down, and you can clear fatty liver if it's not too far advanced. 90 to 95% of your energy will start coming from ketones in day 2, right? Instead of glucose, because you haven't eaten. And your hunger pains will start to actually subside in day 2. For a lot of people, they go, I don't really feel hungry. I feel actually pretty good, right? Day 3, continued autophagy and clearance, reversal of real chronic disease. So people who have chronic autoimmune disease, chronic fatigue, a lot of issues with joint pain, those types of things, will start to clear to a certain extent. It will increase your immune function, right? So your immune function will start to reset and improve, and there will be an improvement in overall function of the white blood cells. You'll also have increase in stem cells, right? These stem cells will differentiate into other tissues. So the stem cells will actually help you heal. Now, the goal of this 3-day fast is what we call metabolic flexibility or metabolic switch. The ability for your body to use both glucose and ketones whenever it wants. So if you are someone who eats every day, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, what happens is you're using insulin mostly, right? Because you never let the sugar drop, right? So you get this wild fluctuation. So you have spike in sugar, spike in insulin, drop in sugar, drop in insulin. So you get this wild swing. The purpose of a 3-day fast or any type of fasting is to even out the blood sugar throughout the day. So if you eat, let's say, what we call 1 meal a day, you'll have a spike in insulin, and then you'll have a drop, and your other hormones will kick in, like glucagon, growth hormones, adrenaline, etc., will kick in and will stabilize the blood sugar for the rest of the day. So that's what we want. We want stable blood sugar throughout the day, not this wild fluctuation. So as you do this intermittent fasting or 3-day fasting, there'll be a lot of health benefits. But the main point here is that it will start to stabilize blood sugar, and your body will become a hybrid, meaning when it has the sugar, it'll utilize it. If it doesn't have it and you skip a day of eating, then it will start to use ketones as fuels. So your engine becomes more of a hybrid engine rather than a gasoline engine. So it's very important to do that. Now, when you break your fast, you don't want to just go ahead and just say, all right, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. You want to use things like maybe bone broth, a vegetable soup to break your fast, maybe a small amount of protein. Okay. When you're doing the fast, you can use distilled water if you like, or purified water would be best. You can use minerals and sea salt especially on day 2, maybe 24 to 48 hours, you want to start to use a little bit of minerals because you might feel a little bit depleted. So you can use minerals or sea salt in your water, and you can drink it. And then you can also use sparkling water, but not flavored water, because what can happen with flavored water, you can start to increase hunger pains in our system. Now, for those people who can't get through a 3-day fast, I'm going to show you a method of doing a 3-day modified fast on our next video. So we'll talk about how to do it without doing strictly water for the 3 days. All right. So these are all the benefits. This is what happens. I have multiple videos on intermittent fasting, so I'll link those below.
I'm trying to figure
what you
out.
want to do is, if you ever go through it, comment below. Let me know how you felt during the 3-day fast and what the benefits of the 3-day fast were for you. Now, when you do a 3-day fast, there's wide benefits. However, you have to be careful about some of those conditions that I talked about in the beginning of the video, and you want to consult a physician before doing it. All right? My name is Dr. Jin Sung, where clinical excellence meets excellent results.
Yeah, just another Planet Fitness allowing biological men in the women's room. What could go wrong?
3 days a week, I go to the same gym and I change in the locker room, and it's always the same thing. Well, today, as I was changing and I was topless, I look over and a man that works at the gym is coming out of the women's restroom. And he looked at me and we made eye contact, but I did not have a shirt on, I did not have a bra on, and I just feel really violated. And I just went to the front desk and I was like, that's unacceptable. And I basically went off and cussed this dude out. And then the chick at the front desk, she's like, ma'am, like, he was talking to you calmly. I'm like, this is a big deal. And also at this gym, they have a free membership for teenagers all summer. I'm like, what if that had been an underage girl who was just, I don't know. I think I'm just triggered, but it just.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, you know.
Hey, did you not hear about the null license plate guy? It's pretty goddamn funny. This guy made his license plate null. The idea that he had behind this was whenever it was in the DMV database, every time he would get a ticket assigned to him, he was hoping that it would register as null, meaning nothing, in the DB, and then void his ticket. The problem is, every time there was an error on anyone else's license plate, it assigned it to him. And he got $12,000 in fines and had to fight them, which is really, really funny.
Feng Shui bad interior design guy. This is the only place you can put the
Are you?
And the doors to the bathroom open.
There you go. I'll see you later, Jack. Have a good one, man. Enjoy the dinner. I'm jealous because I'm not eating. So have a good one, man.
He looks sort of intact. He doesn't look in too much trouble, does he? All right, fella. All right, fella.
All right, my boy, come on. Come on. Oh, yes. What's the problem with a swab? What's the problem with a swab? Hey, let's see what's...
This man just dropped facts on Bill Maher's show, and the other guests were not happy.
You know, he had due process in a court of law. It was
We'll see each other, mate. I will probably... I'll probably do a long stint tonight.
Against Hunter Biden, and we were told, hold on. I mean, the guy broke a whole bunch of different laws and actually should have gone to prison for a long time, but he was Joe Biden's son.
No, he
so
stood trial.
He stood trial after the political pressure was ratcheted up so much when they had already let a number of the most serious crimes, including money laundering, lapse from the statute of limitations.
This man just dropped facts on Bill Maher's show, and the other guests were not happy.
You know, he had due process.
So you're obviously like a professional political pundit. You've had years of training, you know, you have all this money worth of resources behind you. Why do you, as like a professional pundit, think it's fair to come to college campuses and debate like college freshmen? Like, doesn't that seem like kind of unfair to you?
Let's stop talking down to college kids. I'm talking to voters, right? This audience will determine the future of America. As far as the fair standpoint, I have no notes. You can go bring a professor. Why don't you go...
Alright guys, if you're watching, you can probably see behind us the red and blue flashing lights, and we're about to get at least a ticket.
Yeah, hey, good morning. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just was running a little rough, so I thought I'd stretch it out a little bit. Apologize for that. Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say this is the place to do it. No, I agree. I think it was like right around 50. 79. Wow. I use my laser device and I've been doing it for 5 years. No, I'm not going to argue. I estimated you at 80 just with my eyes. Oh, okay. And I use that to confirm it at 79. Sorry. Speed limit's 35. Apologize for that. That could go reckless, that could go lots of things. I have to start with.
Look at the size of that trunk. Could put 3 bodies in there. Just kidding. Just trying to levitate the situation.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure. Hey, what kind of car you drive anyway?
It's a Lexus 430 LS.
That's like a Toyota.
It's a Lexus.
Yeah, Toyota, Lexus, same thing. Japanese, right? Let's not forget Pearl Harbor. Anyway, let's get serious. You want to buy this car, what? Yay or nay?
Well, I don't know. We have to think about it.
Yeah. What's there to think about? I mean, you told me you liked it. You asked me 10,000 questions. I answered every single...
The dog became the legs of the stray kitten.
Why is it a competition to you when all these people are dying? So people are dying all over the world. If you want to know why, you should ask China.
Said many times that U.S. is doing far better than any other country. Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives?
Don't ask me. Ask China that question.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
Saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question.
She makes it racial. Why is it a competition to you when all these people are dying? So people are dying all over the world. If you want to know why, you should ask China.
Said many times that U.S. is doing far better than any other country. Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives?
Don't ask me. Ask China that question.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
Saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question.
She makes it racial. Why is it a competition to you?
whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that what he said is true.
I gotta tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. The woke movement was supposed to be about people of color, and it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line. My name is Joe Hurt with my SUV and my heated seats. You have no idea what it's like to be me. Trash and white guys. The nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve of you white women. You guys stood by us toxic white males through centuries of our crimes against humanity. You rolled around in the blood money, and occasionally when you wanted to sneak off and hook up with a black dude, if you got caught, you said it wasn't consensual. So why don't you shut up, sit down next to me, and take your talking to?
Now, whether you love him or
Draw the letter P. Add an oval and a circle. Now let's draw another circle and connect it with a line. And the same again. And a U. Now let's draw an oval on this line. Add another U here. And another one. This curved line is a knuckle. Here's one side of the wrist, and a large oval, and the other side of the wrist. Now let's give the fingers some volume. I start mapping the inside of the hand. There's the index finger outlined on both sides.
We gave those beautiful, wonderful children some bannock, a little carton of milk, some jam, some butter, and a banana. That was not bureaucracy that fed those kids. That was the deal we've done with Manitoba. The Conservatives...
This raccoon was in distress, struggling to stay afloat in a swimming pool. The family noticed and quickly took action. The father used a pool skimmer to rescue the raccoon, but initially the animal was too scared to trust him. After some time, the raccoon climbed onto the skimmer and the father gently lifted it to safety. Surprisingly, just 30 minutes later, the raccoon returned with a friend, showing gratitude to its rescuers. This raccoon was in distress.
This is a British passport. You're obviously not British.
Yeah, I am.
Well, we'll see about that. Taj Mansour. Right. Where were you born?
Bradford.
All right. Where were your parents born?
Oh, sorry. Sheffield.
All right. Where were their parents originally from?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. We're getting somewhere. Right. So if there was a cricket match between England and Pakistan, who would you support?
I don't like cricket.
All right. Well, which sports do you like?
BMX.
Okay. How many times a week, on average, do you eat curry?
Oh, no, I don't like curry. No, I prefer English food, you get me? Like pizza or Chinese.
What is your chosen faith?
I would have to say I think George Michael's version probably still the best.
Final question. Do you have a connection to Al-Qaeda?
Never met the guy. Oh, no. That name does ring a bell.
Yes?
I think he's one of my friends on Facebook.
This is a British passport. You're obviously not British.
If you want to get sharp lines when painting accent walls or trim, then you need to caulk your tape before painting to guarantee you 100% razor straight lines. Here we're caulking the first row with white paintable caulk so you can spot the difference later. You can use white or transparent paintable caulk. All you need is a little bit of seal off the tape and prevent beetles. We're gonna leave this square alone so you can see the difference later.
Ich kann nicht glauben, was sich hier versteckt hat. Und damit willkommen zu Teil 8 von Ich renoviere meine Wohnung am Staatstheater in Darmstadt City. Wir sind mit den Abbrucharbeiten im Badezimmer angekommen und jetzt heißt es Attacke. Nach den ersten Schweißtropfen mussten wir feststellen, dass das Badezimmer eine Pfuschnummer war. Man war offenbar zu faul, die Wände sauber zu verputzen und hat den gesamten Raum mit Bauplatten.
A faucet that keeps dripping. It's usually due to an issue with the valve core. Today I'll teach you how to fix it. First, pry open the decorative cap on top. use a star screwdriver to unscrew the screw. Remove the faucet handle. Next, use a wrench to tighten the faucet's valve core. After tightening, you'll notice the faucet has stopped leaking. Now put the rest of the faucet parts back in place, and the problem is solved. 2. Shower head leaking water? Don't rush to replace it. I'll teach you how to fix it. Separate the
Together is so and to really value what we have here. We always had together is so and to really.
You smell anything?
Do I smell anything?
Yeah, there's a scent.
Yes, there is a scent.
You see any fruit?
I'm engineering the next evolution of my combat armor capable of defeating multiple impacts from high caliber rifles. So last month you saw that I developed these tubulane lattice structures and just printed them on cheap plastic resin. Now some of these lattices did actually stop the 22 long rifle, which is really impressive considering that I was just using cheap UV resin, which is known to be quite brittle. But now I've transferred the most promising alternative tubulane mesh that I created into my first 3D printed steel panel from PCBWay. So the goal of this is to be embedded in the plate and act as a decoupler between the two ceramic layers, which I'll be using boron carbide for, to help isolate those fractures, prevent them from going deeper into the plate, to allow this to be able to take those repeated impacts even in the same spot. So I'm going to start testing by walking up the rounds. I'm going to start with my 9mm and 10mm rounds to first
How long will it take me to lose the muscles that I've gained if I don't go back to the gym?
Within about 2 weeks of not training it, the first reduction in muscle that is detectable by modern machinery occurs. So if you don't lift for 2 weeks and we put you in an MRI scanner or a DEXA scanner, let's say a week and a half you don't lift, I can't tell. You're not really losing any muscle yet. You're just going insane. And so me personally, I'm like addicted to lifting. So if I don't lift for a week, I'm like, oh my God, all my muscle's gone. There is some kind of intuitive truth to that, because when you do stress your muscles, they get a little bit inflamed and they bulge up a little bit. So when you're not training for half a week to a week, your muscles look smaller, like they've lost weight, but it's really just all water that they lost. You do one gym session thinking like, oh my God, my biceps are gone. A week and a half later, you do one session, at the end of that, you flex and you're like, oh my God, I'm the biggest I've ever been. I was just delusional that whole time, because that's...
Tell me what to order. I'll order it.
Model SP 100D.
Okay. I'll try
It'll
it.
blow your mind out of
Okay.
your skull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, you convinced me to buy a Tesla. I bought it, and it's insane.
Oh, great. Glad you liked it.
Ah, man.
Pretty fun.
It's not just pretty fun. It's like, the way I've described it is it makes other cars seem stupid. Like when I want to go somewhere in the Model S, I hit the gas and it just goes, whee!
Yeah, yeah.
It like violates time.
Yeah, you've tried it like Ludicrous Plus and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Germany's attention to detail in road construction is truly remarkable. Workers pour scorching hot asphalt onto the surface, and instead of relying solely on machines, they meticulously flatten it by hand using specialized tools. It's a physically demanding job, and just watching them work up a sweat can make anyone feel tired. But why would they stick with this traditional, labor-intensive method when the world has moved on to machine-based construction? Surprisingly, the answer lies in the quality of the final product. German workers pride themselves on producing roads and cement surfaces that are not only durable, but also aesthetically pleasing. After the asphalt is laid, workers smooth the concrete,
Somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like. I need somebody to.
Charlie Kirk making some powerful points here. Check this out.
I am of the belief that abortion is never medically necessary.
Are you a doctor?
No. Are you?
No.
But there is there is a community of OBGYNs that agree with me.
So is it our decision to make?
here's a tip for slinging stone. Long, big stone like a lintel, or a windowsill, or a coat.
I got nobody online. Even like just okay, so let's loop back to that one.
LBJ was a racist.
Are all white people racist?
I would say that I think white people have an implicit bias.
Do you understand how racist it is to think that all white people are racist?
We don't experience.
Woke people never seem to stop talking. They always have something to say.
After you eat a meal, food is broken down into simpler molecules and used as fuel so your body can function properly. An organ in the abdomen known as the pancreas produces insulin, which is a hormone that helps your cells absorb the glucose found in the bloodstream after a meal. Dietary fat, on the other hand, is broken down into fatty acids, which are then used by the body for energy, as well as many other biological processes like testosterone production, for example. Excess fatty acids are converted back to triglycerides, and then most of those triglycerides are stored in adipose tissue, otherwise known as body fat. Meanwhile, excess carbohydrates from that meal will first get converted into glycogen, which is a string of glucose molecules that can be stored and used later on. Glycogen is mostly stored in the liver and your muscles. Since there's a biological limit to how much glycogen a person can store, once that limit is reached, the rest of the energy is converted into triglycerides and once again stored as adipose tissue. This is the routine process that our bodies go through when we eat throughout the day. But what would happen if you were to totally stop eating for 3 days? Well, after about 6 to 10 hours of fasting, most of the leftover glucose that's still circulating in your bloodstream will be used for fuel. Since your body isn't receiving any new nutrients, it has to start using its own glycogen reserves to fuel itself. It's at that point that the pancreas secretes glucagon. Glucagon is not the same as glycogen or glucose. It's actually a hormone, and one of its jobs is to signal your body to release glycogen and fatty acids. Also, if your last meal was low in carbohydrates, your body may start producing ketones as an energy source within this early stage of fasting. Ketones are chemicals produced by the liver when fat cells are converted into fatty acids. So in general, during those first 6 hours, your blood glucose levels will start to elevate and then they'll gradually decline. Meanwhile, your ketone levels will do pretty much the opposite. They'll gradually rise, especially after approximately the 10th hour of fasting. Now, before you ever hit that 10th hour mark, if you're accustomed to eating 3 square meals a day, or you regularly eat a high carb diet, you'll probably experience hunger and low energy levels. The hunger you feel isn't only due to being low in calories. In fact, it's largely tied to your circadian rhythm. Your body has gotten into a pattern and now expects food at certain times of the day that you normally eat. This is due to the hunger hormone ghrelin, which has the effect of stimulating your appetite when it's released. So if you stop eating, studies show that ghrelin will spike automatically around the times of the day that you typically have your meals, which usually would be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that spike will make you feel hungry. If you continue fasting, these hunger pangs will subside after about 2 hours, and your body will naturally adapt to a new meal frequency over time. After fasting for at least 10 hours, your body will also start to increase the levels of a hormone produced by the pituitary gland called human growth hormone, otherwise known as HGH. Fasting can actually increase HGH just as much as exercise, stress, or hypoglycemia. HGH plays an important role in the fasting process because it's associated with enhanced muscle repair, exercise performance, stronger immunity, and faster recovery from injuries. Although HGH is unlikely to lead to muscle growth in the absence of nutrients while you're fasting, it's believed to be responsible for delaying the breakdown of muscle while fasting. It does this by stimulating metabolic processes such as protein synthesis and muscle tissue repair. According to research, the longer you fast, the more HGH you'll produce. For example, a study found that fasting just 2 days increased HGH production by 5x. Now, at around 12 to 16 hours in, your body will continue to deplete its glycogen stores while also increasing its reliance on ketone bodies. Around this time, you may start to feel cold since your body temperature will be lower from not digesting food. The benefits of this initial period of fasting have been well documented because multiple studies have been designed to observe people fasting for Ramadan, which is a Muslim holiday where people stop eating food from dawn to sunset every day for 1 month. The studies on this topic all provide an excellent overview of the benefits that fasting for 10 to 17 hours daily has on the human body. According to the findings, there's great improvement in weight management, digestion, and cholesterol levels. Also, studies show a significant decrease in inflammation markers associated with a number of diseases such as homocysteine, C-reactive protein or CRP, and total cholesterol to HDL ratio. In general, inflammation is something that most of us want to lower throughout our bodies, and relatively short-term fasting can actually help us accomplish just that. As time goes on, at about 18 hours, your body becomes more reliant on fatty acids and ketone production accelerates since blood sugar levels are low and there's very little glycogen to borrow from your liver or muscles because those glycogen reserves are rapidly depleting. This is when inflammation decreases exponentially and there's a huge spike in HGH as well as a molecule known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. HGH and especially BDNF promote the growth of new neurons and synapses in the brain, helping your nerves, sensory organs, and brain communicate more efficiently. BDNF also helps existing brain neurons survive for longer, all of which ends up enhancing learning and memory capacity. Usually after 16 to 18 hours of fasting, an auto-recycling process known as autophagy will also kick in. During this process, your body starts recycling any junk it finds. This junk can range from damaged proteins to bacteria to dysfunctional cells. Your body will essentially take all this garbage clunking up your system and use it for energy. So basically, this is a cleaning mechanism for your body. There are a couple factors that are also known to increase the rate of autophagy. These include caloric restriction, starvation, as well as increased levels of HGH and BDNF. Fasting happens to incorporate all three of these conditions, so fasting is a very effective method for initiating the autophagy process. Not only is this process one of the rare forms of detoxing that isn't a scam and actually works, but autophagy also has therapeutic benefits for both your lifespan and the aging process. Short-term fasting can even make your white blood cells better at fighting off diseases and overall should improve your immunity. On the other hand, when you fast for a very long time period, like a week or longer for example, you can actually harm your immune system due to malnutrition. But after fasting for just 24 to 32 hours, your body should most likely be out of glycogen and entirely reliant on its own fat stores for energy. So it should come as no surprise that there will be a significant increase in free fatty acid concentration circulating in your bloodstream at this time. This is especially true for men who will experience a 4-fold greater increase than women in plasma-free fatty acid concentration. Certain organs like your brain will still need some glucose to function, so your body will begin to find crafty ways to make that happen. Primarily, this is accomplished by separating triglycerides that come from your fat stores into glycerol and free fatty acids. While the free fatty acids can be used immediately for energy, the glycerol can be sent to the liver where it can be converted into glucose through a process known as gluconeogenesis. And that can temporarily supply the brain with the glucose it needs without breaking muscle tissue down just yet. Contrary to popular belief, your body will actually reduce its protein breakdown rate substantially after just 24 hours of fasting to try to preserve muscle. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely lose some muscle mass as you fast for long periods of time, especially if you're already relatively lean. If you already don't have a lot of fat, your body is more likely to convert protein into glucose through that same process of gluconeogenesis. However, you don't have to worry too much about muscle loss until after approximately the first 3 days of fasting. This is because your body will be able to get the energy and glucose it needs mostly from body fat. The boost in human growth hormone production as an anti-starvation response will also help during this process. Not only will it assist with the fat loss, but it will also help you and preserve muscle mass during the first couple days that you're not eating. After the first 24 to 32 hours, your scale will also most likely show some weight loss, which is primarily due to water loss from depleting carbohydrates as well as some fat loss. This fat loss is by no means permanent. If you overindulge in food in your next meal, you can quickly regain all the weight you lost. But continuing to fast for 48 hours has been shown to provide additional benefits for your mood, mental clarity, and focus. Numerous clinical studies have shown that fasting for 2 to even 7 days can help treat depression, with patients reporting improvements in mood, alertness, and tranquility. Keep in mind, if you're not used to fasting, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. You can definitely experience some negative drawbacks if you're new to fasting. Examples include headaches, low energy levels, aches and pains throughout your body, and digestive issues. All of these things are likely to improve over time as you adapt to fasting. Once you get to about 3 days of fasting, the processes of enhanced immunity, autophagy, and reduction in inflammation continue at an even deeper level. There's also evidence that the body starts creating hematopoietic stem cells, which can help regenerate many other types of cells throughout the body. But of course, at some point, the cons really start to outweigh the pros. Even though studies show that humans can survive several months without eating, these observations are mostly seen in studies on hunger strikes and in very controlled clinical settings. That being said, without medical supervision, fasting for 3 complete days is extremely hard for most people. After 72 hours, not only will the body be much more likely to start breaking down muscle tissue, but it might also start leading to vitamin and mineral deficiencies as well as digestive issues. Research observing a 41-year-old man fasting for 40 days gives amazing insights into how a 3-day fast can be better than fasting for a longer time period. In this study, we can see that ketones are produced in greater quantities during the first few days of fasting, and after the 5th day, the levels are more or less neutralized. Researchers also observed a maximum of 0.9 kilograms lost per day in the first few days of fasting. After that, the rate of weight loss slowed down. So it seems that you get the most out of ketosis during the first few days of fasting. This also guarantees that most of the weight loss will come from stored fat rather than muscle mass. Up until the 3rd day, your body attempts to avoid protein catabolism and muscle breakdown and instead tries using ketones to take over as the primary energy source. After 3 days, however, we have 3 indicators that show us that the body might have to resort to breaking down muscle tissue to fuel itself. First, we have a study that demonstrates that by the 3rd day of fasting, the glutamine concentration in skeletal muscles falls by 34%. Glutamine plays a major role in maintaining and fueling lean muscle mass. Its role is to stimulate the absorption of other amino acids by the muscles and increase the rate of protein synthesis. So when glutamine levels drop, it means the rate of muscle breakdown will increase in its relation to muscle protein synthesis. This is a recipe for muscle loss. The other 2 indicators are negative potassium and nitrogen balances, which worsen after the 3rd day. First, potassium is paramount to maintaining muscle mass, and when it's low, it leads to muscle weakness and cramping. To avoid this, you can supplement your fasting with potassium, which has been shown to have amazing effects on muscle maintenance. Meanwhile, nitrogen imbalance is another indicator of protein loss, or in other words, your body has already started breaking down muscle tissue. All in all, anywhere between 16 hours to 3 days is a reasonable fasting duration to strive for. The exact amount highly depends on your experience with prior fasts. Think about it as the ideal sweet spot that ensures that you get the advantages of fasting and that they outweigh the drawbacks. In just 3 days of abstaining from food, the body can cleanse itself while losing some body fat, improving your body composition and your overall health. For these reasons, fasting for extended periods has drawn a lot of interest in the form of scientific research surrounding disease reversal, cancer risk, and human neurological disorders. Most studies have been conducted on animals, and it remains to be seen whether all the benefits would be the same in humans. What we can say with certainty based on scientific evidence is that beyond weight management and improvement in body composition, fasting helps maintain a healthy brain, and it can significantly decrease inflammation markers throughout the body associated with many diseases. So that about wraps it up. I really hope this video has helped you learn something new about fasting. If you're interested in trying to set up your own intermittent fasting protocol, I'll include a link for a video that'll help guide you on how to do just that. Or if you'd rather get a done-for-you plan, you can head on over to my website and start my free 6-week shred. You'll get a customizable meal plan based on your preferences, a recipe book, a 42-day workout plan, and a coach to help guide you through the entire process. To find out more
von den Grünen sind die verfassungsfeindlichste Partei im Deutschen Bundestag. Die Türkei zu unterstützen, die nicht nur 2014 auf der Seite des IS stand, sondern sogar später noch ehemalige Soldaten.
Ich weise Sie darauf hin, dass auf der Tribüne Beifallskundgebungen nicht gestattet sind. Ich bitte Sie davon abzusehen, sonst wird die Tribüne geräumt werden müssen.
Nach dieser Rede der AfD bricht auf der Tribüne der Jubel aus. Den Altparteien schmeckt es natürlich gar nicht, dass die Bürger für die AfD jubeln, und so schreien sie und betteln darum, diese Bürger sofort zu entfernen. Im Bundestag tobt das Chaos und die AfD geht als Gewinner hervor. Sensationell. Teilt, liked, kommentiert.
Sie alle hier von der Linken bis zur CDU betreiben sogar aktiv Rassismus. Nein, schämen sollten Sie sich. Nehmen Sie endlich Ihren Antrag ernst, kehren Sie um, fangen Sie an, die Würde des Menschen zu respektieren und wirken. Außenpolitisch muss die...
Wir werden das klären. Wir haben gesehen, dass auf dieser Seite der Tribüne geklatscht worden ist und...
Wähler einschüchtern. Das Verfassungsgericht wird frühestens in 3 Jahren über ein Verbot der AfD entscheiden. Trotzdem würde das Verfahren den Wahlkampf im kommenden Jahr verändern. Spannend ist dabei die Rolle des Verfassungsschutzes. Und das ist auch nochmal so eine Sache.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Right, so let's see where we are. Garage, setups, Le Mans, GT Sprint, race. Drivetrain, turbo. We have enough fuel. Done. Come on. Come on! There you go. Let's go, Jack. We made a little bit of a change on the fuel, but I have it. Oh, we still have 15 minutes, 15 seconds to wait. Let's see. Eating and watching. What are you eating, dude?
The pace car is in.
Green flag, green flag. Estimated strength of field is 1,219.
I have no idea what those guys are doing, but I already made 4 places good.
Car stop on the right, car stop on the right, car stop on the right. Go left, go left, go left.
Just be careful with the rejoins, guys. Bolletje met grillworst met kaas erin. Ah, lekker man. Lekker, lekker, lekker. Wel lekker.
Slow car ahead. Go right. There's an incident ahead. You got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Werkelijk, werkelijk. Ik is uit geen Zuid-Afrikaner, man. Oh, sorry, mate, sorry, sorry. I was looking somewhere else. Sorry, Kim. Sorry, Kim. Go, go, go.
Clear. Car right. You cut that corner. You've got a slow down penalty. Clear. Right side. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
Ah, are you gonna do the livery? That's cool, man.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left. You got a slow car on the left. Car on your left. Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
You can flash your lights until tomorrow morning, dude. Oh! Oh, I am nice. He was flashing his lights at me. Bo ambos. Come, Bo, you were flashing your lights. Come, dude, let's race. The track temperature is going down, man.
Kannst vorbeifahren.
Oh my god, there's a lot of guys that fell out. No, it's a long race. It's a long race.
What are you doing?
Racing.
Clear on the right.
What are you doing?
He's also racing.
No GT3. GT.
Oh my god! Now look at this, 1.8 seconds.
I have a time penalty. Left time. Time penalty.
Ah, we're catching up to them slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, man. Whoa!
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course.
Shit, what happened there? What the hell happened there, man? Too hard. I'll try not to brake too hard next time. Now I have to catch him again. Yeah, it was swerving under the braking. So there was no way that I could get off the brakes. There's not enough time there. I like chasing people rather than people chasing me. I hear you. Okay. I hear you. I love this car, man. I love this car, man. It really... You say braking a little bit earlier. The exit is the key, right? Okay. I hear you. You are a genius, dude. Shit!
Cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
Fucking hell again! Now I have to catch him again! Ah. Now I'm trying to chase this guy down rather than just racing my own race. You know, forget about the other guys, just get through But it is also interesting to have a nice little chase. Man, oh man, oh man. Be smooth, okay. This guy has not figured out the Exactly. Thanks for the space, Javier.
You're welcome. Race it on.
You're fast, dude. You're fast. I had trouble catching you.
Push.
I am. Cool guy, man. Yeah, it's just practice, dude. It's practice. Ah, too early, okay. Exactly. Okay, I'll try not to. Smooth operator. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! That was close. Oh, that was close. No, it's like not like that. I was waiting for your comment. Oh man, not like that. I have none. I have none. I'm a country boy. I'm a John Denver boy, man. I do not like that death metal. Ooh. No, I'm a country boy, man. Awesome Johnny Cash. Awesome Elvis Presley, man. Some Willie Nelson, man. There we go. That was a lot better. Oh man, this is cool stuff. Oh, I'm catching him. Old Bo. Bo and Boss. The guy was flashing me like crazy, man. Oh, I have to go fuel. I will not make it through another lap.
Here.
Come on, come on, come on. It's my... Shit, he got out of the pits before me. Now, it's gonna be... Come on! He gained on me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We'll see how much we can catch him. You can actually feel the car doing this. Yep. Okay. Third gear is good. It's got a lot more stability. Yeah, took a second out of him there. My kids are having a ball down there. There you go. Good lad. Another 200s. We'll see how far we can get, how close we can get to him. Somebody lost it, Jürgen. Took another second out of him there. they are playing with their bobby cars and their, oh man, they have it so good.
The lead is fitting now. Car 12, jump the front.
We took nearly 2.5 seconds out of him in that lap. There's still some of them stuck in the pits. Fuck off.
You gotta slow down and give up that time.
Lost a second there to him. Four and a half seconds. We caught up 1.5 seconds with a time penalty. Of course they fucking spoiled. They're my kids. They're my kids. They have to be spoiled. They got me as a dad. No, they just have it so good. They can play and they, you know, they've got no worries and no stress and they're just being kids.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stop on the right. Go left.
Start flashing your lights again, dude. It helped last time. And they are allowed to develop in their own way. We don't put any lids on them. We don't always tell them to shut up and sit down. Sometimes, you know, when it's needed, but not always. And come on, Bo, at that distance I don't see the flashing lights, dude. That's the way it is. The father hasn't always been like that. Hasn't always been like that. So we are in P5. Yeah, he is. I can see him, in my mind's eye, I can see him biting the steering wheel, and it's like, no, it's not gonna help, Bo. It's the same grandpa you're racing against, dude. It's the same grandpa you're racing against, dude. He's a tough nut to crack, man. P5 is a good place to finish, man. And now I'll gain some more seconds on him. I thought I would. I'm not. Because if you mess up in one of the corners, dude, if you don't go for the cup, you are no longer a racing driver. You mean I go in there like everything to the limit and nothing else? Oh my God.
You're going well. Take better.
Well, you told me that in third gear there's more grip. That's your mistake, dude. Oh, kinda. Don't tell me something and then retract. We got 5 seconds to him, man.
Car 8 is up the front.
How can we be 10 seconds behind? Booba Walker, where's Booba?
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 10 seconds. Pick up the course. You've got to slow down and give up that time.
Yeah, baby! Now I have to find the track limits. I mean, coming from the pits. Yeah, but sometimes when I go into certain corners, I can do it in one way, and then if I don't go a millimeter too far, it's track limits. I think what we need to do is you need to do a training video that I can see where you go. Hey man, we did a good race, man. We did a good race. There's another X. Yuri Gagarin. No, you're not telling me anything wrong, dude. You told me going in third. We are doing good, man. That was not needed. Ah, Yuri Castro. Now that last X was not needed. I just have to get used to this thing's braking. How much time do we have? 2 more laps. How was it? I think I have some wheel damage. It's fine. We are going good. That was a better way of taking it. Bo is coming. Don't fuck it up in the last corners. The last one was not smooth. The last one you will see was not smooth. Focus, damn it! Yes, focus! Got it, got it, got it, got it! Nope, nope, we are not into losing, Mr. Flashy Guy. Exactly. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, that was close. Oh my God. That was close, that was close. Easy now, Tiger. Concentration, man.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Okay. I hear you, sir.
White flag, white flag. They see you coming
I
forward.
fucking hate this.
Slow down.
The slowdowns is absolutely fucking irritating. There we go. It's so irritating, man. You do certain things on certain corners, it's fine. The next corner you do exactly the same thing. Oh my God! Mr. Ambrose is a 1.1 second behind us. It's crazy, man. All the slowdowns, it's... You cut the track here, you cut the track there.
Thanks for the damage, man.
Exactly. I'm still learning this thing. This thing is a beast, man. This thing is a fucking beast. That's not these corners. Yeah. Well, that's the only guy I really wanted to beat.
I didn't mean to dive up on you at the end. I'm so sorry.
Did you do it?
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 2.6 seconds.
Yes, we did it!
There's the flag. It's over.
Yeah, I think he probably got a...
Job. You did really well.
Great race, Bo. Great race. Great race, Bo. Great race, dude. Take that, Mr. Flashy Guy. My audience says, take that, Mr. Flashy Guy. Oh my God, that was a good race, man. The water is running me down, man. No, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. What the hell are you doing? Did I get a... I will sure as hell I will report this guy. I will sure as hell I will report them. I got a 4X for that.
Yeah, do it. You get the same. You know what you did.
Who are you talking to?
I talking to Victor.
Ah, okay. I got a 4X. Look at this. Look at this. This is so fucking stupid. I'm slowing down. I am slowing down. They can stop right in front of me and they get on the fucking brakes. There. There, there. The chat is over there. No, there's nothing in the chat. Just the iRacing. Yeah, this is the iRacing one is shut up, you crazy fool. Shut up, fool, 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 fool. No, there's nothing. You press the up arrow, okay. Where do you want to see it? I do not know what you mean. Because on mine, wait, Alt K, I can put it here. Oh, come on. Come on, man. No, there. Is this what you wanted to see? Yeah, it's a 4X. It's a 4X. They crashed in front of me and I touched him. It's 4X for me. It's 4X for me. It is so fucking stupid, man. Patrick and Javier. Oh man, I do not know. I do not know. It is absolutely, man. It is absolutely crazy. I got a fucking minus, man. Fucking cunts, you know. You know, I fucking hate these people. I really hate these people. It is. I drove a clean race. I should have gotten a plus on my safety rating. Anyway, guys, it is time. We have to go take the boys to bed. And I'll catch you guys a little bit later. I'm going to go on Be Right Back. Or I'm going to end the stream and I'll start another one a little bit later. When everybody is up and running again, man. Yeah, I'm also thinking, normally I drive a little bit to get some corners while the clock is still kicking down. And I'll catch you later, dude. I'm gonna have to. We have to take the boys to bed. Catch you. Thanks for your help. It was much appreciated. Okay, guys, have a good one. See you guys later. Cheers.